everybody, it's Rob DJville. I've got a very special video I wanted to share with you guys, and that I wanted to put together. If you've been paying attention to videos from different reviewers lately, there is a house called Armaf that's been gaining some traction for putting out fragrances that resemble famous designer fragrances. So I went and ordered 6 different fragrances from that house. Kind of been staggered in the way they've come in, but one I actually got back in the summer, and then the others I've kind of gotten since that time. One fragrance I can't review because when it came in, it was damaged. The top was off and it was leaking, but there's still a lot of fluid in the container, so I'm going to try to figure out a way to decant that at a later date. But what I'm going to share are 5 fragrances. 4 are kind of like, you know, smells like fragrances, and I'm going to give you the data. I'm going to do a lot of referring to notes because I took my time to actually compare. So, you know, before I get into anything, look, I see a lot of people make a lot of comments on different posts on YouTube when people make these videos. If you are, you know, if you've got an affinity for a specific fragrance and, you know, you love it for whatever reason, this video is not really for you. This video is for the cat that is looking at the fragrance and says, I like it, but I don't like it for that price, and is there an alternative? Okay, next, 9 times out of 10, a fragrance that you can purchase for 15 to 35 bucks will probably not smell as good as a fragrance that can cost 3 to 6 times as much. I mean, it's just, I don't think that's the case most of the time. All right, I mean, so, you know, before you, the serious, sometimes snobbish, you know, people get on and start, you know, posting, well, that's trash and these notes don't smell the same, and, you know, it smells synthetic and all of that. I mean, this is not really about that. This is really, again, about, you know, an alternative for people that don't want to pay the prices of the designer fragrances that are out there. So enough of the rant. These are the fragrances. Okay, so first fragrance from the Armaf house. All right, it's called Tag Him. Okay, Tag Him, and what this is supposed to be a knockoff of is Bleu de Chanel. Now, I'm not a Bleu de Chanel fan. It's a decent fragrance, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hater. It's a decent fragrance, but that whole, the citrus, freshy type thing is really not what I'm into, but I respect it, and I've got samples of it. So what I did was side by side test strips, you know, this opening versus the Bleu de Chanel opening, and this is what I think. All right, and with both, you get that grapefruit and lemon in the opening. Okay, and Tag Him, I feel like the vetiver is a little bit stronger, but Bleu de Chanel definitely has a smoother opening. Okay, something in the Tag Him opening kind of smells harsh. It's honest. Now, when it gets to the dry down, they're extremely close. All right, so close that I can say it is a good alternative, especially for the price. I'm going to put the link for the vendor that I purchased my Armaf fragrances from. It's a place in India, and they ship worldwide. So it takes a little bit of time for you to get the fragrance, but the prices are great, and he packs them pretty nicely. All right, but you know, when something is coming from that far away, there's a chance something may happen in the shipment. It's just a part of what it is. But for the price, you really can't beat it. And I've only had, you know, one accident occur, getting a fragrance where the top came off, the cap popped, and you know, it kind of, there was some spillage in the within the box. So so that's Tag Him versus Bleu de Chanel. I say it's a good alternative. I'm pretty sure there's a better one out there. I think it's a good solid alternative. Price point wise, you can't really beat it. Okay, I've got it. I'm glad to have it because I like Bleu de Chanel for what it is. It's not my flavor, but I can appreciate what it is. But for the price, and you know it's hard to really cop Chanel stuff at a discount, I can rock this and roll with that. All right, so next one. Same design, but it's gold tone, okay? This is Tag Him Prestige, all right? Same thing. This top is kind of got a magnet to it, so it kind of goes right on like that, okay? This one, this is, I want to say 97% identical. So if you need a alternative to 1 million, all right, this is a copy of 1 million. I put my stamp on this, all right? DJ Ville put his stamp on this. This is a great clone of 1 million. Now, I'm not a big 1 million fan, all right, but 1 million is kind of pricey, and you can get this one for like 15 bucks plus shipping, all right? Seriously. So for the price, you can't beat it. And I'm telling you, this is a very, very, very close clone of 1 million. All right. Can I comment on if it's beast mode or not? I really can't. I want it to work, but I went easy on the trigger. I've worn a sample of 1 million before, but again, I went easy on the juice that I had. So I don't know how guys spray. I don't know if guys want the fragrance to announce them before they get into the club or while they're waiting in line to get in the club, but this is a very, very nice copy. I put my stamp on this one, okay? So next up, this one for me is it was supposed to be a copy of Chanel edition Blanche. This is Armaf Opus Own. This is different. It's in the same neighborhood, but it's different, and the reason why is the Opus Own in the opening is orange, lemon, and neroli. All right, and it kind of has like a grape feel to it, where the Blanche is like a lemon and bergamot. It's more of a, and there's a little bit of pepper, but I kind of got that. It was a very strong lemony smell to it. I didn't get the cream pie that everybody talks about, but it's still a decent, it's not a decent, it's a nice fragrance. But I actually had Opus Own first before I got my decant of Blanche. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, I think Opus Own smells better than Blanche. And it definitely performs better. So, you know, I say give it a try. I like it better, and it's a beautiful fragrance. Now, Blanche is a nice fragrance too, but I think Opus Own smells better personally. And you know, once you get beyond the opening, as far as the dry down Blanche, I smell like the Tonka and the vetiver pretty strongly. But with the Opus Own, you get like vanilla, vetiver, and Tonka. So you can see from the notes, pretty close. But I would prefer to have Armaf myself. I know Blanche is a favorite amongst a lot of people. A lot of people have purchased that fragrance as their wedding fragrance and they rave about it. I actually got Opus first and I like it better than Blanche. That's just me personally, you know. I'm not saying it's better. I like it better. What I can say is it performs better, for sure. That's an absolute. So, you know, take it as you will, but this is Armaf Opus Own. I've done this in a video before, but I just had to add this. So check it out for the display presentation. It's the top, got a magnetic pull to it, and that's that. All right, and Next one is this fragrance. It's called Marque Bruno, all right, from Armaf. And this is supposed to be kind of close to GIT, or Green Irish Tweed, all right. So this is the presentation, top, all right. So I don't own Green Irish Tweed, but I had a nice sample from the Creed counter. So did the strip test, opening and the dry down, I'm sorry. And this is what I got, all right. So Bruno is smoother in the opening. It loses that grassiness that you get with GIT. To me, GIT really smells like fresh cut grass, like really strong. I mean, when you first spray it, it's like so prominent. It's almost like overpowering for me. That violet note is there for both. And I'm not a big violet fan, but I do like violet in some fragrances. I smell a little bit of vanilla in the Armaf Marque Bruno. And the dry down, you get that sandalwood in GIT, and the ambergris note is there also. But with the Marque, it's more of the lavender and musk that you get with a little bit of sandalwood. I like the Marque Bruno better, but I can't say it's a better fragrance than GIT. It's just more my taste, you know. So I can't. I don't think it's a true knockoff or a copy. It's not even like that. I just think it's got certain characteristics of GIT. It's a very nice fragrance, but it's not a copy of GIT. So I just want to put that out there. Okay, so take it with a grain of salt. I think it's a nice fragrance. If you want to check it out, it's only like, again, 15 bucks plus shipping. All right, so I think it's worth checking out and maybe having in your collection. But it's not like exactly like GIT. It's just got some notes, you know, that are very, very similar. Some parts of it that are similar, but as far as it being like a clone, it's not that. Okay, so those are the 4 fragrances that I purchased that are, you know, comparable. The last one though is one from the Armaf house, totally different. It's called Shades Wood. All right, that is a really nice fragrance. This is now I got to give props up because I got up on the brand from a guy, a reviewer named Babs. All right, he kind of like did a lot of big videos doing Armaf products, and I said I was going to take the plunge and check them out. And because of him, I kind of got up on these fragrances. So big up to Babs. And this, I agree with him. Shades Wood. This is a very, very nice fragrance. Okay, this smells like a niche type fragrance, and quality is tight. The quality on this one is tight, so you know, I recommend checking this one out. All right, now these are the notes: citrus, rose, geranium, mid, cloves, cumin, pepper, heart, cedar, oud, sandalwood. Okay, I get citrus and rose the most in the opening. In the mid, I get the cloves, a little bit of cumin. All right, and the heart or the dry down, it is cedar, oud, sandalwood. I mean, just like that. If you like those notes, man, check it out. This smells like a pretty expensive fragrance. I recommend this one definitely. So that's the video. It's DJ Ville, Rob signing off. Peace.